inspiring you to become exceptional healers. In times of change, your skills will shine as you adapt, innovate, and excel. And your white coat represents the hope and healing, reminding us all of the light you bring to patients' lives. As you embark on this journey, carry forward empathy, humility, and the pursuit of knowledge. Every patient is a human deserving of care, and cherish the privilege to serve, the honor, the trust given to you, and make a lasting impact. To the ACSOM class of 2029, congratulations on this day, your white coat ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kerry James, President of the American Canadian School of Medicine. We now welcome the Dean, Mr. Dr. Ramin Ahmadi, Dean of the American Canadian School of Medicine, to provide us with his welcome remarks. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Your Excellency Savani Burton, President of Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton, Your Excellency Charles Savarin, former President of Commonwealth of Dominica, and Ms. Savarin, honorable members of Cabinet, Your Worship Carrie Brady Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth, represented by Judy Large, Permanent Secretaries, President Carrie James, Dr. Stanley White, Senior Associate Dean of ACSOM, our keynote speaker, Dr. Majid Sadiq, our special guests, Professor Sir Jan Gilmore and Professor Dame Jane Thackeray, Ms. Fatemeh Mohammed Ali, the wonderful President of the Student Government Association, and the staff of ACSOM, families of the class of 2029, and all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now that I have been through my greetings, I want to start this year's remarks by celebrating actually our very first cohort, the class of 2027. They will be here on this beautiful island another 3.5 months, and then they will be leaving us to do their first clinical rotations in our clinical campus in the United States. And we are really proud of them. They came to us less than 4 weeks after our accreditors gave us that provisional accreditation and allowed us to take students. We didn't have that much time for recruitment. They had to trust us and believe in us for coming to us. They have been wonderful, they have been hardworking, and they have given us amazing feedback. Because of their feedback, the curriculum has improved and become better for the subsequent classes, and I hope that our other students take them as role models and follow their footsteps and help us improve. As many of you might know, one member of this cohort is not with us today. Javier unfortunately had a tragic accident and is currently recovering in Miami. We miss him dearly, and we pray for his rapid recovery. He is recovering very well. I have recently heard he's demanding his laptop. He wants to catch up, and this is fabulous news. We hope to have him back on the island next July, but I want to take the opportunity here and thank really all the physicians here on this beautiful island who took care of him. In particular, Dr. Draw, the neurosurgeon who saved his life by stopping the breathing and making the transfer possible. All of you, you are our heroes. You are our students, medical students, role model. We appreciate you deeply. Please give a round of applause to them. I also need to thank here the ACCM, our accreditor. They had site visited us. They have been our academic partner, and through their insights and reviews, we have made significant improvements. We have today two very special guests also who have come a long way from England, and they will be here for the students later to sort of meet and talk to them. Professor Jane Thackeray is a renowned British physician and academic specializing in medical education and gender equality in medicine. And as Professor of Medical Education at University College of London and former President of Royal College of Physicians, she has championed diversity within the medical workforce. Dame Jane also led the government's Department of Health Gender Pay Gap Review, addressing systemic disparities in healthcare. So some of you female colleagues in the audience may also want to talk to her. Honored as Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, she is celebrated for her contributions to medicine in the field of rheumatology and medical education. We have also with us today Sir Jan Gilmore, is a distinguished British physician and academic who is, pains me to say, associated with the University of Liverpool, just because I'm a Manchester United fan, where he served as a professor of medicine, renowned for his expertise in gastroenterology. He has made significant contributions to the understanding and treatment of digestive diseases, including pioneering advancements in endoscopic techniques. Dedicated educator and researcher, Sir Jan has shaped medical education and clinical practice, mentoring countless physicians throughout his career, and also a fellow and past president of Royal College of Physicians. He was knighted by Her Majesty, the Queen Elizabeth II, in 2010 for his exceptional service to medicine. Thank you for being with us today. Next, I have to really express my thanks and appreciation for the team that has helped me and has made all of this possible. And I want to start by recognizing our admission committee. They have been working tirelessly. We started having 3 to 5 applications per month in the beginning of the sort of our school days. And in this last 3 months, we have been dealing with between 120 to 130 applications per month. They have had an incredible increase in their workload, and they have done a great job. They have been reviewing tirelessly, working very hard. I am going to name them and ask them to stand up and be recognized for the work they have done. Dr. Abiola Omadan, Dr. Elizabeth Abdurrahimova, Dr. Elena Piatenko, Dr. Esther Sanchez de Leon, Dr. John Bolaski, and Ms. Alienka Amadon. You guys have done an amazing job. Thank you very much. I must now thank and recognize our founder, Dr. Arvind Bhagarpur, our President Carrie James. They have always been very supportive of the mission. I thank you for your unwavering support of the program. This means a lot to me. My Senior Dean of Student Affairs, the experienced and expert campus dean, Dr. Stan White, who always offers wisdom and insight to me, particularly when I'm confused and impatient, and I am frequently confused and impatient. Dr. Jeff Wong, who assists with me with the curriculum and faculty development. Dr. Lloyd Wiley, who directs our community medicine program and connects us to our community and reminds us of where our true commitments should be. Our faculty without whom we cannot really do this high quality of medical education program. I really owe it to this wonderful team, and then the support team behind them, the student services, Dr. Parveen Bagarpur, Dr. Scott Rinker, and of course our admission advisors, led by Jamie Drucker and our director of IT, Elliot Polak. It takes truly a village to do this. It takes a team of great people to help us to become what we have become, and I am grateful for them. Finally, I have to express my appreciation for my executive assistant and legal advisor, Ms. Olenka Omodan, for managing the dean's office, the affiliation agreements, the faculty appointments, and in general, really running the dean's life better than any dean could. So, thank you. I would like to update you on our latest academic affiliations. There have been two very important ones for us. One, we have launched now officially a double degree MD, MPH program with Brock University in Ontario, Canada. The director of that program, Dr. Brent Ford, is here. I would like to ask him to stand up and be recognized for he was a wonderful partner. Despite the best effort of the legal teams on both institutions, we made this happen, and we are grateful for that. He will be available to the students for talking about the programs if you decide to choose this particular path. Brock University has 19,000 students, and about 1,000 of them are enrolled in health sciences program. So we believe that we have created a pathway that's very attractive to these students. We are finalizing our affiliation with University of Waterloo, another prestigious institution with 38,000 students, and 2,700 of them are enrolled in health sciences. So that is the next articulation agreement, and we believe that the students from University of Waterloo will be a big part of this next July admission class. All right. I am going to now turn my attention to the class of 2029 for whom that we are here. And I want to start first by thanking their family, because I know that without the support of your family, you would have not been here. And they should be proud of your accomplishment. I hope they are either here or online following this ceremony. I want to tell them that we will be taking very good care of you, and we will treat you like a member of our family and make sure that you're successful in your studies. But dear class of 2029, you are about to embark on a very important journey. Today, you're here to take an oath, receive your white coat, and be initiated into this noble profession. As you stand here, clad in your white coats, remember that this garment represents more than just a uniform. It symbolizes your commitment to healing, your dedication to lifelong learning, and your responsibility to uphold the highest ethical standards in medicine. This also means a deep commitment to advocacy for your patient and standing up for justice. Each time you don that coat, let it remind you of the trust your future patients will place in you. They will come to you during their most vulnerable moments, seeking your expertise and compassion. Those with limited resources are voiceless and vulnerable. They need more than medical knowledge and procedural skills. They need you to be their voice and their advocate. Embrace this responsibility with humility and grace. knowing that you are not just students of medicine, but future guardians of health and well-being, future guardians of justice and fairness. In the years to come, challenges will arise. Difficult patients, complex cases, difficult exam that your faculty is going to have you go through. But remember, it is these moments that your true character will shine. Draw strength from your fellow classmates, your mentors, and the student community around you. Lean on one another, lean from your experiences, and never lose sight of passion that brought you here. As you navigate this journey, hold on to belief that you have the power to make a difference, to change lives, and to inspire others. Your journey may not always be easy, but it will be profoundly rewarding. Embrace it fully and let your commitment to excellence and justice guide you every step of the way. Thank you. Now, in a normal procedures, if I had to follow them, I would be going and sitting down because you just encouraged me to do that. But I am going to, with your permission, introduce the keynote speaker. And it is also partly because the keynote speaker today is more than a mentor to me. He has been like a father figure in my life and very important in shaping my career. Dr. Majid Sadiq is a distinguished infectious disease specialist and internationally recognized global health expert who served as the director of Nuvance Health Global Health Program. In 2016, he was honored with the Christopher J. Treff's Family Endowed Chair in Global Health with a career spanning several decades. Dr. Sadiq has established a vast international network of universities, hospitals, and clinics fostering global medical education and collaboration. In 1984, Dr. Sadiq emigrated to the United States from his native Iran. Since then, he has been instrumental in creating educational opportunities for medical and nursing students, residents, physicians, and other healthcare professionals. His global health program facilitates exchanges with institutions in countries including Uganda, Zimbabwe, India, and Thailand. Dr. Sadiq has been a role model for us by engaging in emergency response and humanitarian emergencies, notably in East Timor after the 1999 humanitarian crisis and independence, during the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami in Sri Lanka, and the 2014 Ebola crisis, where he contributed significantly to the construction and operation of the Buchanan Ebola Treatment Unit in Liberia. His commitment to global health education is evident through his role as a trainer, visiting professor, and guest speaker at numerous domestic and international institutions, earning him several awards, including Leonardo Humanism in Medicine Award in 2007 at Yale University and Velji Faculty Leader in Global Health Innovation Award in 2022. In addition to all those awards, I have witnessed over the years him winning the Medical Educator of the Year award from residents, medical students, because of how influential he was on our life as residents and medical students. In addition to his academic and clinical achievements, Dr. Sadiq is a prolific author, contributing to various medical publications and textbooks. He continues research projects exploring topics such as decolonization in global health and impact of COVID-19 on medical education. Dr. Sadiq has been a compassionate, principled, and inspirational role model for me and my generation. And I am honored and privileged to share him with you today. Dr. Majid Sadiq.
Okay, so. Okay. Good afternoon. It's honor to be with all of you. This is my first time in this beautiful lush blue, lush green island. I was so impressed. I left my home Wednesday at 2 o'clock in the morning and spent probably more than 16, 17 hours in different airports because of the flight cancellations and Z and Y. But the first sight of this island, I thought, my goodness, worth 100 times more severe task to do or go through to get to this beautiful island. And then I had an hour of pleasure of having a dialogue with somebody who ride me from airport to my hotel. He was so insightful. He knew so much. He taught me so much. I'm amazed by his knowledge about the history. Today's talk is not going to be easy one because my daughter, who is also in the field of medicine, he said, okay, Dad, in white coat ceremony, you have to be inspirational. What you want to give to this group of young students? Ramin, in the other hand, told me, Majid, listen, I want you to go through your work in Russia because I believe that is the first step toward creation of this school. And then I convinced my daughter that yes, I'm going to inspire them with a few things, but maybe I would be disappointing them also. But then I'm going to go and talk about the history of this school to let you know that this school is not 2 years or 3 years old. This school is more than 3 decades old. This idea of the philosophy of the collaboration in education among the people, about different ethnicity, different colors, different religions. And we are educators. So I'm going to teach you the history of your school. And I am the narrator, I am the eyewitness to the history. And in 1990, I am in Russia. But before to get there, I'm going to give you a few pieces of advice. Are you in medicine for empathy? You are in right field. Are you in medical school because you want to be the voice on unvoiced? You are in the right field. Do you want to look at each patient as a new book, as a new Bible? You are in the right field. My fellows, my friends, the young generation of future physicians, you are in severe job and task. This is me, the parent of 4 kids that may come to you and put the life of my child in your hand. Be aware of your responsibility in the field of the medicine. Be tough on yourself. Don't compromise on your values. Be tough on yourself. Be regimental. We have 24 hours a day. One day, my daughter, who was yet medical student, would say, Dad, I don't have enough time. I said, okay, what I want you to do, I want you to write what you are doing in 24 hours for 7 days and bring it to me, and then I will show you the leak of the time. And she stopped doing that after 2 days. you be organized, be severe on yourself, and you will do fine. But now, the technical talk. I'm sorry. So, next slide. So, if I push it, okay, I got it. No. Okay. In 1990s, I was in Russia, and I was eyewitness really to the economic collapse of that beautiful land. I said beautiful land because I loved that country, because I'm Iranian and we grew under the shadow of Russia. We loved Russian writers. Who don't? We love their musicians. We love the art that they had. And I would see that the young people now, they are addicted to the injection drugs. I would see them that coming with tuberculosis. I was seeing that, unfortunately, HIV was very slowly was brewing in that land, and that was a disaster. And obviously, medical education was not something exceptional. The budget was not there, organization was gone, a new philosophy was moving in, the old philosophy is gone. There was no any administrative organization in place, and medical students and faculty, and they were depend on textbooks written in 1950s. So USAID obviously moved in and put a lot of really money, millions of the money, select 13 institutions, medical schools in Belarus, Ukraine, and Russia, and then several institutions in the United States, including Yale Medical School. And they did a wonderful job. Today, I'm not going to talk about the impact of USAID on collaborative in medical education between Russia and United States. After 5 years, unfortunately, grant was not renewed. But Yale decided to pick up only one of those sites and keep doing the same collaboration about the medical education that I'm going to talk more about that. So as you can see, there are different phases. I would say after USAID's grant was stopped, then Yale started continuing the collaboration with Kazan State Medical University, that I'm going to talk a little about that. And then obviously Yale pulled out because I was a member of Yale, and Ramin moved to a new position, and Ramin convinced me to leave Yale and join University of Vermont. So I took the collaboration with Russia with myself and brought it to Danbury Hospital those days. Now is Movance Health, 7 big hospitals really basically in western part of New York State and in, the western part of the Connecticut and the eastern part of New York State. And then finally, I want to focus a little more on the role of basically a few of the people that I admire a lot, basically to second phase of the collaboration that I call it blossoming season. And I will talk a little more about really these 2 seasons about collaboration of the medical education. And this is Ramin, obviously, with a group of you, because I want to just let you know that collaboration with Kazan finally distilled to the school that you are a member of that. And this is obviously very young faculty of this school that they should be very proud because they are part of really 3 decades, if not more, of the collaborative effort between different countries, different institutions. So this is Yale, and all of you know the Yale, one of the prestigious medical schools and universities. And Ramin was a member of that, I was a member of that, and Jeff Wong was a member of that. So we knew each other for a long period of time. And this is Burlington and University of Vermont, beautiful part of the country, very close to Canada, and very famous in medical education, and very famous in simulation lab. And this is St. Mary Hospital, is one of the affiliate hospitals to Yale, and this is where I was the director of the residency program, and this is one of the sites of the Yale, basically, residence rotation through this hospital. And this was amazing, really, hospital, and later on, I will let you know what was the contribution of this hospital to the creation of your school. And this is Danbury, one of the 7, basically, amazing hospitals in New York and in Connecticut. Very modern, technology is very advanced, and whatsoever you want to do, you can do in these 7 hospitals. And why really Yale decided to keep Kazan as one of the sites? And these are the few facts. I start probably from the last, and that's the hospitality of the people. Connection between the human is so important. I am a physician, but I am a person. Who am I is very important for you to know. Do you know, for instance, Ramin is also a very professional poet. Do you know that he's amazing literary critic? Do you know that he's a voice of the many of the politic movements of the Iranians and advocate of the human rights? He has published about those things. Go to Annals of Internal Medicine. When we had mass shooting in one of the middle school in Connecticut, he wrote a beautiful, powerful poem about that event. It is in Annals of Internal Medicine. Do you know Jeff Wong? I should be very careful about Jeff, because whenever I'm trying to describe him or describe his interest in music, I should be extremely careful, because he would come to me and would say, this is not who am I. But Jeff likes music, sings, and plays piano. And these are very important to know about the people. This is not only just profession, this is who we are beyond what we do at work. But I'm going to talk more about Russia. And this is obviously Kazan, and Kazan is one of the 50 or 52 states of the Russia, is one of the states of the Russia, though the name is kind of not Russian, but it's a central part of the Russia, and is about 500 kilometers to the east and the south of Moscow. And it's a beautiful Kremlin. It's culturally amazing, rich city. 50% of them are Muslim, 50% of them are Christians. But there are so many minority groups that you see they are living in peace in this part of the world. But more importantly, is land of the art. Are you familiar with, for instance, Rachmaninoff, the big pianist who died in New York, obviously, or Nureyev, the amazing ballerina, or big name in opera? This is Kazan, famous for the art. Do you familiar with Gorky? He lived in this town. Are you familiar with Mendeleev? Obviously, you have been to the table of the Mendeleev, and he's also from Tatarstan. And at the back of this slide is the medical school, is Kazan State Medical School. And these are some features of this school. You will see was established in 1814, has 700 teaching faculty members, amazing number of the scientists, particularly in neuroscience, particularly in physiology, cell physiology. They are members of Kazan State Medical University. And then the leadership. So we chose them because the leadership was very flexible and very visionary. They knew that the old system needs to be modernized. And they were amazingly supportive. Here is the first rector for the dean, Amirov. Did I do something for, okay. And this is the current rector of Kazan State Medical University, Dr. Alexei Suzanov. And here, obviously, you see Jeff and you see me. And I want to talk a little about hospitality of the people. The people were so kind. I remember I was in Africa in one of the countries, I do not mention the name of that country. I worked for 4 months. That was 2002. I worked with a group of the professionals in HIV, infectious disease, sexually transmittable diseases. None of them came to me and said, Majid, what do you feel? You have been away from your family for 4 months. Who are you? Do you have any problem? The first day in Kazan, and this is 1997, I'm working with a group of the infectious disease people. This at the end of the day, the associate dean, 2 of the associate deans, they walked me to my place. And this is a small room in sanatorium. Sanatorium is a place in Russia that the people who want to recover from a disease, they would go and they sit there or they would be there for a few days. It's not the place for people with tuberculosis. Sanatorium is a place of the recovery. And I had a small room there. They came, they checked my even fridge, because you remember in 1997, there was no any market, practically speaking, in Kazan. If you want to eat at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, too bad, there was no place to go to buy anything to eat. They came, checked my fridge, and then this is 8 o'clock, they bring some food, they bring some drinks. That's what makes the people, people. This is what our driver this morning told me. I asked him, tell me what people in Dominica are proud of. And he said, we are very happy and we are very humble. And those things are critical. Being humble, being happy, and human. And he told me that, basically how much we know each other, rather than shaking, just basically striking the fist, that's something which is very common in this land. But you would see this is immediately when we go to Russia, we would be surrounded by the students and the faculty, and they are hosting us. They are making us really very informed about their culture. And we, after a while, we feel that we are a member of that community. And obviously, in 2000, basically on 1997, when we started it, we connecting with Kazan, these were the principles that we agreed upon. We agreed to strengthen the existing system, building human capacity in clinical care, in education, and in research. And because nobody would speak English, or very few people would speak English, we brought somebody from that land to United States, to Yale, and she went through very vigorous course in English, and she became the head of the Department of the Languages. And the medical students and the rest really took significant number of the courses in English. And obviously they didn't have any very good library, so we donated a lot of books, and then later on computer, and then we let them to have access to the library that we had at Yale. But obviously they move very quick because they become so much technical, and they're so amazing in IT, as you may know. In 1997, when I was in Kazan for the first time, I was put in infectious disease department because I'm infectious disease, and I was very lucky because Susanov, you would see right there, awesome. That corner, he was very young infectious disease faculty. He's professor of infectious disease, and also this person I'm talking now is the head of the Ministry of Health in the state of the Tatarstan. So we were connected with each other when they were young, and then gradually they became so prominent in different, basically, uh, posts, and they helped us to move very quick. The first step, we start uh, courses in infectious diseases, in HIV, particularly as I said, and there were new cases of HIV those days in Russia. We didn't know about the epidemic of HIV in Russia those days, and tropical medicine, and obviously evidence-based medicine. These were the courses that we start working on them. After a few weeks that I spent in Russia, they presented to me a young resident in OB gynecology, Julia. Julia. She was suffering from very mysterious disease. She had some sort of really fever. She was in the hospital for a long period of time, and she brought, uh, her son to me, and then I saw Julia, and I knew that I need to bring Julia to the United States to understand exactly what is going on and to diagnose the disease. Obviously, we didn't have any fund. I left Kazan, and I came to Sister Margaret Wade, who was the president of St. Mary Hospital that I showed you. And I told Sister that the story of Julia, and I asked Sister to help me. And I told Sister also I have the second request, and the second request is let me to bring some of the junior faculty from Russia to St. Mary and to Yale, and because we don't have any fund, if she doesn't mind basically to help me. And he said, fine, go and bring that young mother to United States first. We brought her to United States, and it turned to have very benign disease, but originally we were thinking that she has malignancy, and she was cured, and she was got back to Russia. And then we started bringing young faculty for the first time to St. Mary, and these are the first two faculty from Kazan State Medical University that we brought to Yale, and they spent plenty time with us. And now, obviously, one is the head of the evidence-based medicine and the head of the Department of Epidemiology, Burchard, and Althea is a very prominent figure in pediatric infectious disease as well. Later on, the leadership of Kazan State Medical University, they came to Yale, and then we start thinking basically broader that what we would like to do, and this is what we established. And many of the faculty from Yale, they went to Kazan, and they start giving different courses very regularly to them. And obviously, Jeff was very much instrumental in teaching how to teach to the young faculty members of Kazan. And we did all
of future expectation. Post-pandemic, the most common trend in the world is the integration of healthcare with public health. It's called community medicine. In response to the post-pandemic, there are responsibilities and expectations of you as graduates. One of the greatest ones is the equity of health worldwide, which you will actually be faced with. Another one is planning public health initiatives, and there will be a requirement for you to demand upon the nation in which you choose to practice to put costing and financing with respect to community medicine. And the last one, and maybe most important, is the opportunity for you to be leaders in healthcare in response to fragmentation in community medicine. In the last year and a half, I've had the opportunity to work with Dr. Ahmadi in creating a double degree between ACSOM and Brock University, which is located in Ontario, Canada. This double degree would allow you to complete your MD and a Master of Public Health in 5 years. The MPH is positioned strategically after your first year of study, at which you would then actually apply, and if accepted into Brock University, you will complete a 1-year MPH. That does not require that you actually come to Canada, as this degree is completely online, and Canada is fortunate to have a little something called Wi-Fi. And you will be able to complete this degree within 12 months. I indicate that it is strategic is because then you will actually then return to ACSOM to complete your second year of study. But what you will bring with that is the master's level of public health that would allow you to actually practice in community medicine when you return back to this beautiful country. So the skills that you were actually able to pick up through your MD degree, as well as a master's in public health, of which ACSOM is willing to actually provide you with a scholarship to complete this master's in public health, makes the opportunity for you as future physicians to be exceptional future physicians in addressing the issues that you will be faced with, not just within hospital confines, but within the greater community. And that is the real intent of marrying both your ACSOM MD degree with a Master's of Public Health. You will certainly be leaders among your peers. The last 2 weeks, I've had the fortunate opportunity to actually teach and learn population and clinical epidemiology with your very first cohort. 7 special students in my mind, because they have actually already started to demonstrate significant leadership far before they're actually done their education. I think that is actually something to be recognized within your institution, because you actually also will have that same expectation that this original cohort of 7 has. These 7 students are profound, they are impressive, and they will be successful. With this group of 7, know that they actually have an additional responsibility that the rest of you will actually need to meet. They will set the bar of expectations for every student that comes after, including those who are receiving their white coats today. I am impressed and I am confident that those 7 students are exceptional 7 students, and that they are a great platform in which your institution will build from. I will be, okay. I'll just finish off by saying that I am willing and able to talk to anybody who's interested in the double degree. You can talk to me after the ceremony, and I can educate you on the details if you'd like. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. And at this time, I would like to call on Dr. Stanley White, Senior Associate Dean of Student Affairs, to offer his remarks. Making feel welcome, Dr. Stanley White.
Thank you very much. I'd like to begin by offering my welcome to everyone. Your Excellency Savani Burton, President of Dominica, and your husband, Excellency Charles Savarin, previous President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, the Honourable Irving McIntyre, Minister of Finance, representing the Prime Minister, Honourable Members of Cabinet, Your Worship Kerry Brady Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth, represented by Miss Judy LaRocque, Permanent Secretaries, Kerry James, President of ACSOM, Dr. Ramin Ahmadi, Dean and CAO of ACSOM, Dr. Majid Sadiq, our keynote speaker, Professor Sir Ian Gilmore, and Professor Dame Jane Dacre. And Ms. Fatima Mohammed Ali, President of the Student Government Association, staff of ACSOM, other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen in the hall and online. It's my honour to add my welcome to all of this distinguished list of people, but particularly to our existing and our new students. This is a very special occasion, the fourth White Coat ceremony for ACSOM for the class of 2029. Now, this ceremony is more than a milestone. It's a symbol of your entry as a trainee into the medical profession and the responsibilities that will come with that. The occasion invites us to reflect on the significance of this moment. And I want you to ask yourself, what does the white coat symbolize to you as a future physician? Why do you wear it? Why is it white? The white coat ceremony is a tradition celebrated at almost every US medical school and in many others worldwide. It began in 1989 at the University of Chicago Pritzker Medical School to remind students of the importance of professionalism in both their behavior and in what they wore. By 1993, Columbia University had evolved and expanded the ceremony's purpose, emphasizing compassion, collaboration, and scientific excellence in patient care from the very first day of training. And in that aim, they were supported by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, named after Dr. Gold, a pediatric neurologist who had championed empathy in medicine. And today's ceremony is supported by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. Thanks to the foundation, all of you who are receiving a white coat today will also receive a Humanism in Medicine pin, which you will wear on your white coat, a reminder of the core values that underpin the profession. But why a white coat? Why not blue, green, purple, or another colour? Well, to answer this, we look to history. In the 19th century, physicians traditionally wore dark, formal clothing. This painting by Thomas Eakins is a famous painting. It's called The Gross Clinic. It was completed in 1875 and depicts Dr. Gross performing surgery surrounded by assistants in black frock coats. Now, this attire was inspired by the clergy and reflected the solemnity of the profession. Medicine at that time was also predominantly male. Despite almost 25 years earlier, Elizabeth Blackwell becoming the first female medical graduate in the United States, after facing well-documented and immense challenges and prejudice to try to prevent her entering the profession, coming mostly from her male colleagues. However, the rise of the fields of bacteriology and antiseptic practices in the late 19th century transformed the profession. Scientists like Louis Pasteur and Joseph Lister demonstrated the importance of cleanliness in preventing infection. And consequently, physicians adopted the white coats that had been worn for many years by laboratory scientists. And this symbolized this new era of bioscientific medicine. And it's captured in this painting, which is a later painting by Eakins, entitled The Agnew Clinic. And now you can see the whole medical team is dressed in white, reflecting the principles of cleanliness and antisepsis that had revolutionized the practice of medical practice. So by the early 20th century, the white coat had become an enduring symbol of scientific medical professionalism. And the Flexner Report of 1910 further reinforced this idea. It actually reshaped medical education to emphasize scientific rigor. But as Sir William Osler pointed out, medicine isn't just about science. Osler was one of the founding figures of modern medicine. He has a famous quote, which is, "Listen to your patient. We are telling you the diagnosis." Osler's wisdom underlines the essence of the profession. Patients aren't merely a collection of symptoms, lab results, scans, and now DNA sequences. They're individuals with fears, hopes, and values. Some may confide in you that their greatest concern isn't their illness itself, but how they're going to support their family going forward and pay bills in the future. And your role as a physician is to listen to that, to understand and to care, not just for their bodies, but for their entire being. The white coat represents the ideals of professionalism, trust, compassion, and integrity. Now, the length of your coat will grow the longer you are in the profession. However, its true significance, not so much in its length, is how you wear it. It can be a place from which you produce a piece of candy or a small toy to comfort a frightened child. It can offer a grieving family member or a grieving colleague a shoulder to lean on and perhaps cry on, and serves as a tangible reminder of your commitment to ethical and compassionate care. However, if not used carefully, the coat also presents many challenges. For some, it can It is also a reminder of the responsibilities you will carry and the trust your patients will place in you. So this ceremony marks the beginning of your journey. Enjoy your journey. It's a journey rooted in professionalism, empathy, and commitment to lifelong learning. Celebrate this moment and go forward with humility, pride, and dedication, and wear your ACSOM white coat as a beacon of hope and of healing. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your remarks, Dr. White. All right, so at this time, we get set for cell phone. No. We get set for the white coat ceremony procession. I now call on Miss Amanda Massicott. Please join us to the front. She is the student advising manager. Make her feel welcome. Alongside Anastasia, Dan Mushevskia. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Please make your way down to the podium as well. And Elena Piatenko. Ooh, careful. Elena Piatenko, come forward to the front. Yes, thank you. Take your places. So let's welcome Miss Amanda Massicott to the podium.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome two of our special guests today, Professor Sir Ian Gilmore and Professor Dame Jane Dacre, both icons in the medical field. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my distinct pleasure in welcoming the class of 2029. First, let's welcome Olashibomi Akinwumi from Nigeria. Next, let's welcome Miss Diamond Buckley from Mississippi. From the Nature Isle of Dominica, Audrey Carter. Let's welcome Pedro Cesenes from Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Lisa Chin from Virginia. Up next, we have Peace Jaja from Texas. From Texas again, we have Aurelia Jimenez. Next, Samuel Joe Ibikwe from Texas. Let's welcome Basima Khan from Kansas. Now let's welcome Charlene Law from Texas. We now welcome Kirsten Mata from Hawaii. Let's welcome John Mathowitz from Minnesota. Now we welcome Jordan Mears from Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Kenja Ray from Kentucky, Anna. Now we welcome Yana Siman, also from Dominica. Let's welcome Sarah Shibban from California. And now we welcome Ms. Laurie Valsias from Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is our class of 2029. And now, before I end, thank you to all of you. Before I end, I would like to also recognize our Prep for Success students who will be starting classes this semester. We have Mr. Fabian Calderon, Thomas Dobbins, Delilah Donati, Carrie Gordon, and Zoom Madding. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Massicott, and thank you to the students. Once again, congratulations. Another round of applause for them. I would like to wish them all the success as they begin their journey into the medical field. At this time, I would like to call on or ask Dr. Abiola to come forward to lead the class of 2029 in the Declaration of Geneva. Make him feel welcome.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Silvani Button, the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Button, please allow me to stand on existing protocol. At this point, I want all the new students to please stand up. I'm going to lead you right now in one of the most solemn and most important pledges that you are going to make in your life and your career as doctors. This is one of the things that bind us together as physicians, and we never take this lightly. Please could you hold your program and you can raise your right hand up. Repeat after me, please. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity, the health and well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patients and the advancement of healthcare. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to present to the Dean of the school, Dr. Amadi, the class of 2029. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Abiu, and thank you, students, for this commitment to the highest standards of medical practice. Thank you so much. It gives me pleasure to now call on Dr. Amadi Dim for the presentation.
I think you would like me to introduce the president of our Student Government Association. Dr. Fatemeh Mohammad Ali has been an amazing student leader and a very hardworking student. I'm very proud of her accomplishment, and I would like to invite her here to the podium to say a few words with you. Dr. Mohammad Ali.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency Silvani Burton, President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mr. Burton, Your Excellency Charles Savarin, former President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, and Mrs. Savarin, the Honorable Irving McIntyre, Minister of Finance representing the Prime Minister, honorable members of Cabinet, Your Worship Carrie Breedy Prince, Mayor of Portsmouth represented by Judy LaRocque, Permanent Secretaries, Mr. Kerry James, President of ACSOM, Dr. Romina Madi, Dean and CAO of ACSOM, Dr. Stanley White, Senior Associate Dean of ACSOM, keynote speaker Dr. Majid Sadiq, Professor Sir Ian Gilmore, as well as Professor Dame Jane Daycare, staff of ACSOM, other invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, and all those joining us online. It is with profound pride and great joy that I stand before you today as the president of the Student Government Association at ACSOM. Together, we gather to celebrate a significant milestone in your journey towards becoming compassionate and dedicated physicians. This white coat ceremony is more than just a tradition. It is a powerful emblem of your commitment to a noble calling, one that demands empathy, integrity, and unwavering dedication to service. Class of 2029, I welcome you to the ACSOM family. You are stepping into a journey that will challenge you, shape you, and reward you in ways you may not yet imagine. The white coat you've received today is more than a piece of clothing. It represents trust, responsibility, and a pledge to prioritize the well-being of others. It also marks the beginning of your transformation into leaders, innovators, and healers in the world of medicine. Remember, the path that you are embarking is not one that you will travel alone on. Your peers, mentors, and your loved ones are your greatest allies. Lean on them for strength, wisdom, and encouragement as you face every challenge ahead. Every long night, every sacrifice, and every moment of doubt will ultimately contribute to a greater purpose, a life of service and privilege of making a profound difference in the lives of others. This year's white coat carries a unique significance. I'm going to do my best to not be emotional here, as it marks not only the 4th time we've celebrated this cherished tradition, but also a pivotal moment in our journey. In just a few moments, my colleagues, my best friends, the 7 of us, will be going and transitioning into the next phase of our medical education. I cannot thank the 7 of you enough, because I may stand here right now giving this speech, but I wouldn't be here without the 7 of you whatsoever. For our new students, this milestone serves as a testament to the foundation you are now becoming a part of. A foundation built on hard work, ambition, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. It is a reminder of the remarkable possibilities that lie ahead when you dedicate yourself fully to this journey. I want to take a moment and acknowledge the visionary leadership of our Dean, Dr. Ahmadi, and the admin at ACSOM. Their tireless commitment and belief in the power of education has been instrumental in building a place where we can thrive. Dr. Ahmadi, you have been more than just a dean, a mentor, a guiding presence offering wisdom, consistently, support, and encouragement that have shaped our journeys and strengthened our community. To our distinguished faculty and the rest of admin, thank you for your unwavering commitment to our success. Not only have you shared your expertise and wisdom, but you have taken the time to get to know us individually, beyond just us students. You listen patiently to every concern we have, understanding that at times we may be difficult or challenging, yet you always remain compassionate and steadfast in your support. Your dedication to guiding us, even through the most tiring moments, has made an immeasurable impact on our growth and development. So thank you. To the families and friends who are here today, as well as those who may not be, we thank you for supporting every single student here at ACSOM. Your encouragement and sacrifices have been pivotal in bringing them to this incredible milestone. As we reflect on this moment, I'm reminded of the words of Dr. William Osler, one of the founding fathers of the modern medicine, who once said, "The practice of medicine is an art, not a trade, a calling, not a business, a calling in which your heart will be exercised equally with your head." Let this serve as a guiding principle in your journey ahead. Remember, medicine is not merely about treating disease, but about caring for people, understanding their stories, bringing hope and healing. SGA is here to support you every step of the way. Our goal will always be to create a nurturing environment where you can thrive academically, personally, and professionally. We encourage you to engage fully in this community, to make your voice heard and seize every opportunity for growth. Your time here will pass quickly, so make the most of it. As you move forward, hold on to the passion that brought you here. Let your curiosity lead you to discovery, your compassion motivate you to serve, and your determination help guide you through the challenges. The journey will not always be easy, but with resilience, commitment, and the willingness to learn, you are destined for success. Finally, I extend a warm welcome to the class of 2029. Congratulations on taking this monumental first step in your medical journey. The future you will help shape begins today. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima, for that vote of thanks. At this time, we are about to close our ceremony, but before we do that, we would like to express some gratitude to our dignitaries and, of course, to the President of Dominica by presenting a few gifts. I would like to call on Dr. Kerry James for the first presentation, and that will be to the President of Dominica, Her Excellency Burton. Thank you. And to the husband of the President, Mr. Gilbert Burton, come forward for a gift from ACSOM. Thank you, Dr. James, for that presentation. We now call on Dr. White as well. To make a presentation to the keynote speaker. So you're giving a gift, a Dominican gift to the keynote speaker. Please come forward to accept the gift. Thank you, Doctor. And we will also stay to the front. We will now present a bouquet to Fatima. Please come forward, Fatima. Thank you. Fatima Mohammed Ali. And we also have a gift to the government of Dominica. We call on the rep, Dr. McIntyre, yes, to receive the gift. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Carey and Dr. White, for making these presentations to our dignitaries. Thank you again. So as we conclude this ceremony, I would like to invite all our dignitaries, faculty, students, and the class of 2029, congratulations again, to proceed to the Student Center, where a reception will be held in your honor. And the ushers will guide you. Thank you once again. To the class of 2029 again, our heartfelt congratulations to you. And once again, as you begin your journey as medical professionals, we are proud of each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here today at our white coat ceremony. Thank you. Yes. So we now rise, please stand as we say thank you to our President Dominica and husband as she exits the auditorium. Thank you, Madam President and Mr. Burton. Thank you all. Take care now, and this is the end of our ceremony. So we'll see you at the reception outside. Thank you. Welcome.